And welcome back. Here is Joanna for you one more time. For all my friends, English speaking friends, this video is especially for you. And you, I know you're spread all over the world. And thank you one more time, because I also get, I won't pretend, I get far more emails by now by Polish people, but I also get questions from you still in the doses I can manage very easily. This may be interesting for you also because this is exactly like this. We inspire each other. We are living in the certain energy field, however you call it, is a quantum field. Just like Joe Dispenza is talking about it, Greg Braden, Arnold Mindell, and his wife Amy Mindell. We are living in a certain field, and we need observer for us to grow. So I grow thanks to you, and I am so much inspired by your feedback and you telling me that sometimes my word helped you make a better decision, choose a better specialist for yourself and weigh certain things, or just you got this inspiration. So let this inspiration, your inspiration for me and my inspiration for you, go out there to the world, serve the people, get multiplied, and comes back to us, and we multiply it more and send it even more. Why not? So this is exactly how it is. We are connected. We cannot get rid of certain things because we are all connected. And even with the garbage, we think that we can just remove the garbage, but we all know in our environment that it's not so easy to get rid of everything, and we are not so good with the recycling and making it friendly for our environment, right? So we need to readjust, of course, and in the highest form with this energy field, it's maybe worth to mention, although this video is about taming your personal space, especially for travelers, for people who need a change, for people who are moving to a new place and they don't feel like this space is comforting you, that it's functioning for you, something is off. So I will be talking about it, but because this is also about quantum field energy, we are one in everything. We cannot just get rid of something permanently. We can transform it, we can utilize, and we do need, in order for us to grow, we need that mirror, that observer, that exactly what those teachers are talking about, but also masters, Himalayan masters, Sri Yukteswar, and he also was mentioning that we need contrast, and even God in its highest form, in its original primer, if I say it correctly, form, is both good and bad. It's a polarity coming in a perfect harmony. And I cannot find that picture right now for you, as I already did that video for the Polish people. But yes, here it is. That's a perfect picture. I don't know if you see that, but you know, the positive aspect and negative aspect at the end, that consists of God in its form. And this is connection of illusion and bliss. And although I studied it quite a while ago, I think it's just worth mentioning that we do need contrast. We do need a mirror of other people in order to grow in our awareness and to keep going. Okay, let me come back to the subject, taming your personal space, place of power in your own environment, your home, and how to come back. So I'm not the only one, as I already heard, to having some difficulties. So I spent a month in Croatia and it was fantastic. It felt like in another dimension, and here I am coming to my space where I always praised my apartment for comforting me so much, and I'm so thankful all the time. And here I am coming and feeling helpless. Nothing functions, nothing is right. I need more space. There was something off. So at the same time, I got a few phone calls from people who on a different levels going through the same. What is synchronicity, right? So I think it's time to talk about it and address it just a little bit more. So someone called me and say, I feel so depressed in my own house. I have such a huge house. I cannot bear it. I don't know, maybe I should pray. I say, praying is all good, but you know, if you come back to your space, and it's enormous space, I can only envy that, but imagine how much cleaning is that. Prayer later, sure, but how about starting with cleaning up? So just move your, and start cleaning up all that dust first. And that would be the first thing to tame your space. Sounds very simple, but when you work on a material level, and material is the most heavy one to be moved, when you work on material, you also start moving something in energetic way. And also when you're recycling your space, accommodating, finding a better solutions for your space, you're also working on yourself internally. So pay attention to your feelings and your thoughts, and also in the certain spots, whatever you do. Is it your wardrobe you're working on, the dust, the cleaning up? That is very, very important. Probably every woman knows that. Cleaning up, recycling. So every woman knows that. To divide things you don't need, you don't use, for more than 5-10 years, you're not gonna need it anymore. You know it, but you still keep it just in case. Then those that you are using daily, monthly, whatever, and also things that you know you can get rid of, no harm, no hard feelings. And also those things you can divide into the functional one, nice ones, because even if something is not destroyed, it's perfectly to be used. It's not your energy anymore. The dress is beautiful, but it just doesn't fit you anymore. It was fine for a while, or you thought it will be, but you actually never wear it. So in former times, when I lived in Poland, I loved these gatherings and meetings and exchanging with my girls, with my friends, elements of our wardrobe. Everything what the one didn't want, we put in the middle, and we just exchange. And it is beautiful, because then you know that you don't want to get rid of it. You don't want to put it to the garbage. And there was an article about it, that there's so much clothes that basically it's a huge problem right now with the environment, because there's too many clothes out there. Why not exchange? And also exchange with those people that you wish them well, they wish you well. So there is another aspect of that, to have an item of someone else. So that is the part of recycling, getting rid of things. And now we're coming to part 3, rearranging your space, so it's more friendly to you, to your energy. It is a drastic when you have, like me, like you come back and nothing feels right, and it was your perfect spot and you loved your apartment, and now everything is off. You really wonder what's happening if you have that. I always, when I go somewhere, I try to be the longest time possible. That is, of course, depending on many factors, but a lot of teachers are talking about it. You need 1 week or 2, some people 3, I don't know. I don't remember exactly, but probably 2 weeks. So you make a change in your vibration on your cellular level when you want to make a change, when you want to feel differently, or your mind is to create something new in your life, a new experience, new lifestyle, whatever it is. It's easier to move away, to travel, to feel something different, because it distances you physically also, and mentally, energetically, from where you were. So 2 weeks are to start the change, putting in motion. Then you have another 2 weeks for putting a new patterns. What do you want? How you want it to be? How you walk? How you feel? Implementing, living that. And then you have another 2 weeks, week or two, or everyone is different, to stabilize the new pattern. And of course, this is how people go for a short workshops, 1 week, few days, they feel great, the energy switched, but there was no time to make it stronger within yourself. So you come back to your old patterns pretty quickly, because it was just not enough time to maintain this, and it is going to just take you more practice. So where I live, I try to go for as long as possible, so I have that comfort, I can rethink that. And then of course, when I come back, I have a bigger discord where I was, within my energy, within my thinking, within my emotions, when I'm back. And that happened right now. So I had a little bit more challenge at this time. And so cleaning, recycling, getting rid of stuff, then feng shui. Feng shui, if you have a specialist or you are a specialist, it's very, very simple. But if you're not, you can still follow your intuition. You can follow the patterns where you feel good. And this is personal place of power. You have certain spots in the house that you feel good sitting, resting, and there are spots that you are getting nervous, irritated, you cannot sleep there, you cannot rest there. This is maybe not the best idea because poor flowers, but if you notice that some flowers are growing in one spot in your apartment, you probably need to sit there. And if there is beautiful place, but none of your flowers grew there, everything died there, there is something off there. So you can also pay attention to that. I didn't say about animals, but cats are usually neutralizing the negative energy, and they like to sit on the places that are not so friendly for you. Just so you know, and probably a lot of you knows about it. Another thing is when you're recycling, when you give it away, when you throw it away, parts of the things like old clothes that you don't give to anyone because they're holes. There are people who are working in the they have a little companies working on the cars, car mechanics, and they need old. That's how I was doing that in Poland. I was giving away the old clothes that nobody would wear it anymore. I didn't want it to, but I was giving them away for that because they would have to buy it anyway, and this is for those dirt from the car, so why not? That's how we can make it use of that. So not everything can be a garbage that it's so hard these times to utilize. Okay, and then of course you have the part for decoration, and then you can pray, then you can feel the energy of the place, put the candles, decor, interior design, sage, clearing up the sage from the energy. But the most heaviest things, they were moved by cleaning up and rearranging the space, so it's mostly comfortable for you, and you are going to feel physically and emotionally, and also in your thoughts, a change while you're doing that. Give yourself time, because I totally understand what it means that you clean and clean and clean and you still feel helpless, and you just want to sit in the middle of the house and cry because it's overwhelming. So it's good to let it and then get back to work. It's not going to be done by itself, right? But those moments are happening. They are happening to me too, and then it's good to allow yourself for a while to just complain, whatever it is. It's too much, I'm too overwhelmed, I'm gonna rest, and then come back to that, because then if you rest, if you give yourself a moment to stay still with yourself, you may get back inspiration how to rearrange the space, and maybe you need a moment to catch up with your intuition, so you get a further signs about it. Taming your own space. Also, here some people may have a discussion, because there are two opposite ways. Some people say that if you call Feng the spirit of the house, there is such thing, like some people praise the spirit of the house, but some people say don't do that, because you calling to life egregor, the spirit, just the energy, you condense the energy. Basically, I think this is decision everyone has to make on their own. I think there's nothing wrong to emanate thankfulness to the space that you are occupying and you are taking care of. So that is my approach. In Germany, long time ago, when I traveled here for the first time, and I wasn't even living here and I didn't plan to live here, I was always wondering why German people always have in garden those dwarfs, and although none of them, not dwarfs, but German people, they never told me that there is a sort of spirituality in it. There is something like that, because in Ireland, people are connecting with the spirits. They believe in dwarfs, fairies. They give them food, they care for them, they thank them for taking care of their house, protecting their house. So it may be also like that, like if you do have dwarves in your garden, you can buy them in Germany. I don't know how is it in Poland, I think, or any other part of the world, wherever you live right now. But they are there also to protect, so you can sort of have such a figure and just feel more comforting with yourself, that there is some sort of energy out there that is adding to the harmony you are creating in your personal space. Regarding what you believe in is what you believe in. Yeah, I think I said it right. I hope so. You let me know, please. This is, I think, it. I am still checking if I didn't forget about anything. But basically those 4 things. Just give me a second. I'm not doing cards, not this time. Yeah, if I forgot something, I think you are going to remind me about it. And I am always looking forward to hearing from you. And as some of my dear friends, you may know that I was, former years, I was doing a lot of marketing considering my book. And I'm really thankful that I got a contract with American publisher. I'm really thankful for that. It taught me a lot. But I also lost myself in working. This is maybe a Capricorn thing, that, you know, they just keep going until they die. So I landed in a hospital that time, and I'm not so into marketing anymore. So if you would like a story of the oracle that I keep on publishing step by step, I just take it slow these days. And I do not like this you know, heavy marketing. And although everyone is telling you have to, I stopped that for quite a while, so I don't get so many reviews. But if you do like the story, if you want to read it, if you and I know this is not the best written in English language, but please stick to the story. Please stick to the message that I would like to offer. Because I also share that a lot about life on immigration, life in a different country, what a woman had to go through. And although it is written as a fiction, it is based on my personal experiences, and it was very hard to put it in a right format, what it actually is. Is it a fantasy? Is it non-fiction? Because I didn't want to come forward with those supernatural, so-called dreams, visions that were happening to me. It was also, 10 years ago, it was also not maybe the best time, and I wasn't so forward about it. I'm not saying I am now, but I'm slightly more, because thanks to you, I know that there are more people out there that also have, first of all, I was calling crazy dreams, but there is something in it. There is something collective in it, and I am very curious of digging more in it. And if you do read my story about Oracle, about being cursed in ancient Egypt, about the beginning, origin of humankind, and the gods, who were the gods and were coming, and why I had those crazy visions. And if you do know a good editor that can help me to make it better, slightly better, and improve concerning the literacy of it, because it is edited concerning the grammar part, then I will thank you for the contact, of course. So if you feel like you like to, I invite you to read some of my books. They are on Amazon. And for the reviews, if you write one sentence, you know that Amazon is, of course, bringing it up in their algorithm. So I just thank you for it. I leave it to you. If you share with someone, I also leave it to you. And yeah, that's my marketing. so it's a less and less marketing, but what makes me happy is when I hear from you, and when you're telling me that you also had similar dreams, that you also had similar experiences, or when you're calling me and you're telling me that after reading that paragraph you were able to make a better decision considering your life. So these things are making me very happy, and it made me feel like it was worth it, all that hard work, because the hardest was the translating and then rewriting it in English, and then going through the edition with someone who was kind enough, and I thank you so much, you know who you are, and I hope for an interview with you one day, to help me out. And I also thank my American publisher, because they bear with me and they didn't know me, and they did the best work to bring it to the market. So I'm really thankful for that. Okay, so I invite you to keep letting me know. I hope this was inspiring, and thank you again for your wonderful inspiration. Have a lovely day. Bye bye.